everybody. Hey, Paperboy Trucker back at you. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. I sure did. Had a really nice break. You know, I got home on Wednesday afternoon about 5:30, and it's Monday afternoon now about a little before 1. I'm gonna hit the road here in a few minutes, just getting all the stuff brought over from my personal vehicle. Yeah, had a really great break. Some good food, saw some family, watched some good football. Yeah, good break. And this load, just to refresh you, this load I picked up Wednesday in Fort Smith. It goes to Georgetown, Kentucky. It's just a typical bar load. I think it was 20-foot bar, something like that. You know, it's tarped. Your typical bar load, nothing fancy. I was just going to refresh your memory. I've already gone around the truck and done my inspection, checked my oil, windshield fluid, coolant, tires, securements. Everything's good. You can see the lot is pretty empty at this point. You know, most people that were parked here either left out yesterday or earlier today, so there's not much left here. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna try to drive, you know, about 3.5 or 4 hours today. I've got a delivery appointment on this load in Georgetown, Kentucky, 1:30 Eastern time, Tuesday afternoon. So like I said, I'm gonna go about maybe 4 hours today and then stop and finish it out tomorrow. From here to get to Georgetown, it's about 10 hours total. So, and I've got to get fuel, so I got to do that soon. But anyway, let's get the week started. I'll talk to you on down the road. Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Paperboy Trucker back on the road. I've been driving for a couple of hours. It's about 6:30. I'm on 57 North. I had to make a little adjustment last night. You know, I had mentioned that I was just going to drive about 3.5 to 4 hours. And I had headed up, you know, I left North Little Rock and I headed up 55 North over to 155, which cuts across to the east. I was gonna stop at the Loves in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Well, once I got on 155, and I was just 2 or 3 miles from crossing over the Mississippi River, I was maybe 10 miles from the Loves. They had the freeway there. They were forcing everybody off the freeway. I think it was around Carruthersville. And so that, you know, it took me about 25 minutes or so to get through that mess. But once I got up to where the police people were, they were diverting the traffic off the road, I asked them, you know, if they expected it to be opened up in the morning, or, you know, what happened. There a wreck up between here and the bridge, and they said no, that a barge had run into the bridge, and they thought they'd be able to open the road back up fairly soon. So I just got off the road, did kind of a U-turn on the overpass, and went back over to 55 North to the Hayti, Missouri rest area, which I was only about 5 or 6 miles from there, so it wasn't a big deal. It did probably cost me about 35 or 40 minutes, but I had to adjust my plans. And, you know, I'm taking a different route than what I had planned. Really won't take me any more time The route I'm going now is probably about 15 to 20 miles longer than what I was gonna do, but just as fast because it's more freeway, not as many smaller roads. I got a bypass for this way station, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm not pulling in. So yeah, basically what I'm doing now, you know, remember I'm going to Georgetown, Kentucky, so I'm taking 57 for about another 45 miles, and then I'm gonna head directly east on 64, which will take me pretty much straight into Georgetown. You know, Georgetown is just a little bit north of Lexington, Kentucky. So I'm going to be going in a different way than what I usually go to get there, but that's all right. We'll get there. Weather's good. Supposed to get up around 60 today around here. Just giving you a little morning sunrise footage. Can I tell you right now? That's about it, I guess. Okay, guys, I'll show you some more later. Okay, everybody. Hey, I just stopped here at this little rest area. Still on 64 heading east, but I just crossed into Indiana a few minutes ago. Stopped at this little rest area. One thing about Indiana is they have pretty grass. Look at that field right in front of us. Beautiful grass. But yeah, we're kind of in the vicinity of, you know, near Evansville, Indiana, you know, southern Indiana. I've still got about a little over 3 hours to go. But I've got a grandmother, my mom's mom, that back in the day, her family moved from this area down to southern Arkansas. That's about all I know about it. That was before my time. They were probably running from the law. Nah, just kidding. She was too sweet for that. But you know, I wanted to mention too, last night I got an email from a fella named Alex who lives in North Carolina. Says he recently got back into trucking, flatbedding specifically. Used to do it, you know, like over 10 years ago, and decided to get back into it. And he's been driving for another company, I guess more of a local outfit, doing flatbedding for about 6 months or a little more. But he said they're not keeping him busy enough. So he's applied at Maverick and going through the approval process, background check, all that kind of stuff. So good luck with that, Alex. I told him that don't have to worry about Maverick not keeping you busy. At least I sure haven't experienced that. I've never had any kind of a lull in freight. I don't think you have to worry about that if you end up at Maverick, but that's good to hear. Hope that goes well for you and they hook you up. And then oh, I need to look it up, but I had somebody else, sorry I don't remember the name right now, but somebody else that recently applied, and they were looking at getting to a dedicated account down at Nucor, I think it was, in South Carolina. Yeah, I'll have to look that up and check the details on that, but yeah, good to hear those two guys looking at Maverick and trying to get on board. And again, I really appreciate y'all using me as your referral. So anyway, we're heading east pretty much. I've got about 190 miles to go. You know, I'll be taking 64 across southern Indiana, then through Louisville and over towards Lexington, the general area, going to Georgetown, Kentucky, but that's real close to Lexington. But some beautiful farmland around here. Pretty country. More later. Okay, everybody. Hey, I'm approaching my customer, International Crankshaft, here in Georgetown, Kentucky. About a mile from there. Some pretty country over here. I was talking to a neighbor of mine yesterday before I left the house, saying I was headed to Kentucky. She was like, oh, I've never been to Kentucky. I'm like, well, they got pretty horses and lots of whiskey distilleries. But this place, International Crankshaft, this is a customer that we deliver to, Maverick delivers to pretty much around the clock, as far as I can tell. I mean, my appointment is for 1:30, and it's about 12:45 right now, so I'm good. We're going to take this next left here on Lemons Mill Road, but you know, they take these bars out of Fort Smith, and as the name implies, they make crankshafts for automobile manufacturers. And there's about, I would say, 4 or 5 different doors you could back into to make your delivery. One of them you actually pull into. But I was just looking at my paperwork here, and it says I'm supposed to be at door number 3. So I'll try to take a look at that as I drive past the building. Now, I've been here, like I said, you know, if you drive from Maverick, you're gonna eventually come here. I don't see how you could avoid it, unless you're just like down in the Texas region or limited to a certain area of the country. Alright, so we're going to make a left here onto Carley Court. And this tan building here to the left with the blue stripe along the top is International Crankshaft. And let me look at the doors as I'm pulling through here. All right, the first door is door number 2. That's the one you go head first. And then the next one is door number 3. So at least I know which one I'm headed to now. But the way it works here is you go down towards the end of the building here, and they've got a little holding lot, I'll call it, where you're supposed to park and, you know, do your untarping. And I'll take off my chains, just leave my two belly wraps on, and then I'll pull down closer to door number 3. So here is how you turn into the facility, And you'll see this striped area here in the lot. This is where you're supposed to unsecure, untarp. So I'm just gonna pull over here to the side, get out, get my tarps off, get my chains off, and then we'll move on down toward door number 3. See you in a bit. Well, I've gotten untarped. You know, I had 2 green canvas tarps and 1 vinyl tarp to put away. Well, I think this guy's kind of blocking my way now. Anyway, and then I had 4 chains with over-center binders. Took all that off. All I've got left is 2 belly wraps. This guy is kind of making it hard on me here. So I'm gonna have to make a sharp turn. And we're going down to door number 3. I see another Maverick truck coming down through. Oh, there's 2 Maverick trucks. One looks like he's already unloaded, and one looks like they just pulled in. Looks like maybe a trainer truck and a student. So anyway, this guy coming out here is probably going to check our paperwork and see when our appointments are. So he's motioning me on through. So my appointment's probably before these folks. $130, door 3.
Back on you.
All right. You heard him, folks. Back on in. So this right here to the left is door 4. Door 3 is kind of tucked in here. They got all these vehicles parked around here. Gonna make it kind of a... Well, they got a forklift back in there too. So I gotta get him out of there. Anyway, door 3 is just here to my left, so I'm just gonna get positioned here to back in there. So, alright, and then door number 2 is up here to the left, and that's the one you actually go head first into. It's pretty tight. Anyway, I'm just going to get positioned here where I can make this, try to make this turn. I'll get back to you in a minute. I'm gonna save these big blocks because they're good for making bulkheads and strip chains. You have to wear a mask in here. But anyway, this is how it works. You know, they crane them over to there, set them down. Now the first batch was like this, you know, it's 2 bundles, and then we had a single bundle. So 2 bundles, a single bundle, 2 bundles. So we'll get them off, and then I'll pull outside. I hope I can get out because there's a guy in a pickup truck there. I probably can't make that turn unless he moves. And then I got 4 timbers to put up. And then they sent me a pre-plan going to Silver Grove, Kentucky to the Certainteed gypsum board plant, which is up by Cincinnati, so that's where we're headed. So all right, I guess that's enough of this for now. You get the idea. More later.